Hello and welcome to the Knit Girls. This is episode 415. I'm Laura, also known as Lala.
I am Leslie, also known as You Don't Call Me Les. Today is Monday, October the 5th, 2018. If you are a U.S. citizen, get out and vote tomorrow. No matter who you vote for, go vote.
Yep.
And that is the end of the political discussion. So, knitting-wise, I'm transferring needles, so if you don't mind going first, that'd be great.
I only have 2 things on the needles, though. And
well, it's only like 80 stitches.
Both of which are sock arms, so it's going to be a short discussion. I started, so I am test knitting the worsted weight version of sock arms.
So wait, let's recap, okay?
Okay.
Because Laura does this online Harry Potter thing for imaginary points, right? And one of the things that they do is owls, which is like... a very time-intensive project or group of projects.
Yeah, a project that takes around 3 months.
So her owl for the last part of this year is 2 fingering weight sock arm sweaters for her 6 and 10-year-old nieces.
Yeah, the mini sock arms. Yep, and I'm doing them in... I did the first one in size 10 and the second one in size 8, which you'll see in a second.
But that wasn't enough.
No, but wait, there's more. She put out a call for testers for her worsted weight pattern for the mini sizes, and I was like, I can totally do one of those because Alice also has a birthday at the beginning of December, so she's getting 2 sock arms in December. It's gonna be amazing. So because this sock arms, it has a, they actually both have the same deadline basically, but I wanted to get this done to count it for my mission for Harry Potter House Cup, which is due the 17th.
It's another imaginary point.
Yeah, I get 100 imaginary points for this. It's very exciting. So I started the worsted weight. I'm knitting it out of Barocco Vintage. I got 3 skeins on discount at House of Yarn because they're discontinuing carrying vintage. So I got those, and then I'm doing the arms out of Knit Picks Felicia worsted. And they Felici. What did I say, Felicia?
Yeah, bye, Felicia. Now this one will be bye, Felicia. Felici. Bye, Felici. I can't even say it right.
Let's see. And they leave, and like their lines of self-striping leave and go. They're very quick. So this is the bottom of the sweater. I did swatch for this. It's got a curved hem, so you do short rows back and forth on both. This is the back because it's longer. Look, it's a little longer. It's got a little mullet action going on. Which I love. I think Alice will like too. So I have 14 inches of stockinette of this to knit. This seems, well, it's all squished up on a smaller needle. And I'm knitting this one on size 6 needles.
Worsted on size 6.
And the ribbing was on size 4s. So it's pretty nice. I like the fabric. This is gonna be the... This was the last colorway they had online of this, so I just grabbed it and it worked out pretty perfect. She likes pinks and purples, so I think that'll be nice and bright. I think that still reads pinks and purples. It does have that orange and yellow in it though too.
Yeah, but
it's got 2 different shades of pinks and 2 different shades of purples. So I think overwhelmingly it'll be pinks and purples. It's a special reserve Knit Picks.
It's only the finest. Mwah. It's like a fine wine.
It's made in Italy. Superwash merino nylon. Yep, so they both have a superwash merino. This one has some acrylic instead of the nylon content. But I think it'll be good. I did not swatch with this at all, so hopefully it turns out okay. I'm sure it will. It's worsted weight. And I have to knit 50 yards a day to get this done in time. But this is the first ball, and I'm almost... Like, I think I have around 100 yards left on it. So, I'm making decent progress.
Laura thrives on deadlines.
Thrive on something. And I'm using my Look of Needles.
Maybe thrive is the wrong word. Laura performs. She makes it work with deadlines.
And numbers. And this is living in an Amy Beth bag that I think I got at SSK a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think it was
not
not
an
this
official.
Year, but last year.
Well, it's not an official SSK bag. It doesn't have the tags, but I'm pretty sure I purchased it there. So that is the first thing on the needles. The second is another mini sock arms. This is the fingering weight. And I've finished the body up to the bind off for the underarms, which I did once, and then I realized that I can't count, and so I just ripped it back and did it again. And this is, yeah, so that looks like it's about the same size.
What looks like it's about the
like
same?
the width of it.
What's the question?
The width of the sweater, same size. Like
as what?
Oh, the other one.
Oh. Well, I mean, sure, yeah. Uh-huh.
I think they look about the same, so that's perfect. This is Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Prom Queen colorway. And it's going to have Knitterly Things Vesper and a sparkle for the arms when I get there. This isn't due till the end of the month. I would like to get both of these done, honestly, by Thanksgiving. So, because I think my parents are going to go up there for a visit. I think it's going to be pre-Christmas, but I don't know. It just depends on how Wheezy's knee's feeling.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I trust the Postal Service with 3 hand-knit sweaters. So if they're going up there, I'm going to send these with them. Anyway, so that is the second one, and that's Living in a Chicken Boots Bag. It's being knit on size 4 needles, and the ribbing on this one was on size 2s. So that is it for me.
Wow.
That's all I got. Lots of little sock arm sweaters. And I did do all the finishing work and blocked Julia's, but I forgot to grab it because it was on the blocking board in the guest room. But people were asking if I think it blocked out big enough. I think it did. It better, because I blocked that. I even used like the blocking things from Knitter's Pride.
The little pins.
Yeah. The pin blocks. So hopefully it will fit. We will see. If not, it'll be another sweater for Alice. Alice will have
She'll have 3.
3
and Julia will have 0.
She'll get something.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, I'll start on... I have a bright pink worsted weight yarn for her, so I can start on some worsted weight sock arms for her.
So you'll knit it 4 times?
I'll knit it 4. Well,
it'll be 5 because
me.
Laura's knitting one for herself.
Because I already bought the yarn to knit one for myself. So, 5. But the stockinette's so simple that it's not a difficult knit.
It's not that it's difficult. It's like, some people get second sock syndrome. You're going to have like 6 sweater syndrome.
Maybe. We'll see.
But
I did try. I tried the adult size on at SSK. I tried Evil Twin 2s on and really, really liked it. So
everything she makes is gorgeous.
Well, she's pretty awesome.
Okay. Well, let me get this first stitch on the needle so that I don't lose my stitch marker here. Okay, so I have nothing finished, but I have a lot on the needles. Sorry, those are my dogs barking at something. One of which we found out is allergic to grass. So, there's that.
I didn't hear, so are you going to put her in booties when she goes outside?
No. So, it just started this year. If you don't care for animals, sorry. You just have to sit through it for a minute. But, so, we have 2 dogs. They're both
rescues.
Rescues, yeah. One of them, her name is Buffy, and it was her name when we got her. She's a pit bull mix, and we got
her when she was 2 or 3 years old.
We think so.
Yeah.
But, she was surrendered, so nobody knows for sure. And we think she's a pit bull mix, and we think that she was used as a bait dog. We got her in New Jersey. It took her a really long time to warm up to us. The only non-us person that she likes is Laura.
We're besties. I asked her why she was chewing on her paws. No answer.
Earlier this summer, I took her to the vet because she had been chewing the fur off of her paw pads and the inside of her legs, and we thought it was just an allergic reaction to something she'd gotten into, and so we did a steroid shot and 2 weeks of antibiotics, and it cleared it up, but then it started coming back, and she's had it for about 2 weeks, and it's just gotten progressively worse. And I took her back today, and he said, yeah, she's probably allergic to grass. We'll do allergy tests in the spring, but we'll get her, because everything's going to die soon anyway.
Yeah.
So he gave her another shot, and we've got antibiotics again, and that'll get us through. And then in the spring, we'll do allergy tests.
To wear little boots.
I think she'd eat them.
I don't know.
I'll have to try. Anybody who's got dogs with allergies to grass. I'm curious as to your experience. Anyway, knitting. So my pavement sweater is still downstairs on the sofa. Haven't touched it. My Hatsukai cowl I haven't knit on since last week because I've been knitting on two things that I'm enjoying a lot.
Yay!
One of which is Uma. And Uma is a chic knits cardigan.
That seems like it's a lot farther along.
I wish it was further than it is, but I kept messing it up. So it's a top-down cardigan with set-in sleeves. Yeah, elbow length set-in sleeves. You can do it longer if you want, but I think mine will be the same length as the picture. And last week I had just joined it and gotten like 3 rows because it's knit in pieces, the back and then the front and the other
collar,
front.
right?
Yeah, it's an odd construction, but I'm in the middle of a row. That's awesome.
Well, it's not in the round, so it's not like you're ever.
It's not in the round.
Oh, it's not.
No, because it's a cardigan. They famously open.
You can steal.
You can.
This is an option.
That's not what I'm doing, but it is possible. So this is the front of it.
It is further along.
So I'm about maybe 5 inches into the body of it after the join. It does call at this point for some increases, like you increase out about 1.5 inches on either side to give it a little bit of a swingy look. But
love that. Because
of my body shape, I'm actually relatively straight until you get to my lowest part of my hip, and then it goes out. So even though I'm a big girl, I'm still relatively straight when it comes to bust.
So you don't want
and
that
hip. So I don't want the
swinging.
swing. So I'm just not doing the increases. I'm just keeping it the way it is. Plus, even if I was going to do increases, 1.5 inches ain't going to do nothing for me. So, and I'm knitting this out of Harrisville tweed in their nightshades. I don't know where the tag is, but I've got the color card. So it's their nightshades, which is 85% Cormo and then 15% wool, just generic wool. And that 15% is the color that's added to it, because the Cormo is all the black, and then the color is that generic wool that's added into it. I'm doing the 1257, which is this one right here, which is sort of a brownish black. I do want to do something out of the cinder, which is like an orangish black. It looks like a fire.
Yeah.
And then I also want to do something out of Talk Radio, which is kind of a purpley. I love this.
Let me know if you're going to order at some point.
Yeah, I think I will. I hope they decide to do different weights of this. It is a woolen spun, so it's very light and airy. This one is a DK weight, but it's great to knit with. It's like butter soft and squishy but light, because my problem with sweaters is because I'm such a large person, and sweaters for me require a lot of yarn. The more yarn, the heavier it is. But most yarns, most commercial yarns are worsted spun,
which means they smooth out all the air.
Yeah, so they squish out all the air.
Requires more fiber.
Whereas
so they're heavier.
These yarns are like 50% air. It's just space that it's just puffed, like a.
Yep, there's a durability factor that comes into play too.
Yeah, you know when it comes to things that are going to get a lot of abrasion, you don't really want a woolen spun. You want a worsted
socks.
Spun. So that's the first thing that I'm working on. Again, out of the Harrisville nightshades, which I love. And then the second is new to me. So when we were at SAF, we stopped and saw Elizabeth of
Spotted Circus.
Yeah. Also known as the Fiber Circus. That is her podcast name.
That is her podcast.
I know it now.
That's ingrained in your brain.
Yeah. And she's always coming out with crazy new stuff, and I love it. And she actually had her portage that she'd knit since SSK.
Oh yeah, that was gorgeous.
Yeah, out of her
She
hand
also
dyed.
did a machine knit version of the fade sweater.
That's right. Yeah, it was
it was
a cardigan, wasn't it?
Yep,
yeah,
the cardigan one.
So she gave me this yarn, and I can't find the tag now, and that's bugging the crap out of me. But
I also love how bright that color is. She does a lot of really good bright colors.
She does. And I'm really glad she did this in a solid, because I don't...
We actually have a skein of her yarn to give away. We should do that next week.
Yeah, it's over there in the bag. So, what she handed me was this. This colorway is called the Color of Money. But what's significant, or what's different and interesting about this, is the yarn itself. This is all I've got left because I've really enjoyed knitting with it. But it's 56% silk, 4% merino, and then 40% alpaca. So it's a tube, it's a hollow tube, and blown into the tube is alpaca and merino. Now, traditionally, I haven't been a huge fan of alpaca, only because it's just too warm for me.
It's a hollow fiber.
Yeah.
So, again, air becomes a
It
factor.
holds the air, yeah. Not because I have any aversion to alpaca, it's just too warm for me. But this is it's just so nice.
I know. I tried on Leslie's hat the other day.
Yeah, I've been trying to like pace myself and not knit exclusively on this because I'm really enjoying knitting with it.
That just means you need to get more from her.
I think I will. And I linked it in. She just got back today from Fiber in the Borough, maybe. Her shop was on break.
Yeah. I think she unloaded the trailer from South.
But she came back today, so I was able to get a link for it. And it's only like $20 a skein. It's an Aran weight. It doesn't look like an Aran weight.
What size needles are you knitting it on?
8s.
Okay.
But
so maybe more worsted.
yeah, it does have a halo.
It might be, yeah, because it's got that halo. I bet you if you went up a needle size, that halo would just expand to fill the empty spaces.
It's very possible.
Kind of like mohair does.
Yeah. So it is a little bit fuzzy. That color is completely off up there, but
so off. It's such a bright, gorgeous green.
yeah, it's like a Kelly green, like a leprechaun green kind
like
of.
a money green.
And it's warm up here, so I won't wear this very long, but I just chose a very simple pattern.
Looks like the Felicia hat or whatever.
Felicity.
Haha, I was so close.
It's a free
We didn't
pattern.
even discuss that.
I didn't even put the pattern on the show notes because I had forgotten what it was.
That's so funny. Because I've looked at that pattern for handspun before. Because it's just a simple rolled brim hat.
You just use smaller needles around the brim, and then once you're about 3 inches, you increase up. So that's what I did. But and I'm just now starting to decrease. It does have you increase out a little bit for a floppier crown, but I didn't increase.
Crown.
I just kept it the same. So, but now I'm decreasing.
My ball is falling apart.
But it's so soft. I love it so much. Like,
good. I'm glad that you're having a good yarn experience.
I really want to get enough to knit like a light vest, like a cardigan vest, so it's just like a very light layer.
Like the Sycamore by Hannah Fettig, maybe?
I don't know. There's a couple of Thea Coleman ones that I really like.
Yeah. I've been obsessed with Thea Coleman lately.
Well, she's easy to be obsessed with. She does great, like, simple, timeless stuff.
She does. My sister's actually knitting one of her patterns, and she was texting me asking which one she should do, and it rekindled my love of Thea Coleman.
Did she decide on the Dark and Stormy?
I think so.
Yeah. That was my favorite, like, my first Thea Coleman exposure, because everybody in our, like, Spring Fling group was knitting that at one point.
Oh, yeah. You know who had that on at South was Wandering Wool.
Oh, Joelle?
Mm-hmm. It was gorgeous. It was out of some of hers.
So, while I was looking through patterns for Hunter Hammerson's Constellate hat, because that's the next thing I want to cast on.
Oh, that's the one that kind of, like, goes
with those
around.
crazy drop stitches. Or not drop stitches.
No, I don't think I know what you're talking about.
It's in here.
Oh, yeah! I do know what you're talking about.
So I was looking...
It's the dip stitches.
Yeah, dip stitches. I was looking at projects on Ravelry for this hat. Mm-hmm. Just to kind of get an idea of what needle size people use, because Hunter doesn't give you a needle size. She basically forces you to do a gauge swatch.
Yep.
which makes sense, but I just wanted to get like some idea of the sizes, some ballpark, so I knew at least what range to start in.
Yeah.
And while I was doing that, I came across this lady who had put in her project notes how she only uses this one left-leaning increase. So instead of a slip knit, she uses this particular one.
That's a decrease.
Sorry, yes, decrease. You're right. That's what I meant. So like a year or two ago, I started doing slip knits where I would do slip as if to knit and then slip as if to purl.
Yeah, like that. That was a little.
And then slip it together. Well, this she linked to something TheKnitGirls, who's brilliant, way too brilliant for me, put out like years ago, and it's called the slip yank twist knit. So it's basically a slip knit, but there's an extra twist you have to do in that second stitch. I've linked it in the show notes, and it perfectly mirrors the knit two together.
Oh wow!
So like that's what I've been doing on this one. It's hard to tell because this is a fuzzier yarn.
Yeah.
But it is mirroring the decreases much more, much nicer. I might use
that for the neckline of this.
Sorry, I can't. This is mirrored and I can't figure out. Yeah, look right there. I want to try it on socks because that's one of my biggest problems with socks. I'm not real like neurotic about everything being super matchy, but when I do a top-down sock with a heel flap, and then you have to decrease
for the
on the underside of the sock. So that's something that drives me bananas, is that the knit two together side is all perfect and smooth, but the slip knit side is never perfect and smooth. And I once asked Cookie A this, no lie, in a Cookie A class at Spring Fling, like
2008,
9 or 10, because it was the second time I'd taken a class with her. I was like, so how do I make those perfect? And she was like, I think you're thinking about it too much. And I'm like, seriously? You're telling me this? She was like, it really doesn't matter. And I'm like, dude. But
she's so smart about
she's like brilliant, and her mind is like a mathematical puzzle.
She would know because she's so
right.
Okay.
But anyway, so those are the things I've been knitting on. Sorry if I sort of went off on a tangent, but the slip, yank, twist, knit.
That's your new thing.
I'm really liking it. It's not very much more work. It takes an extra couple of seconds to do it, but I like the result it gives, so no complaining from me.
Okay. I have finished objects.
You do? Go ahead.
I have socks. So I finished my Halloween socks on Halloween.
Like a boss.
And even moving all the ends so that they're ready to go for next Halloween. So they are done. This is Fishnets yarn, and I used Patton's Croy in a black for heels, and I really liked using the Patton's Croy for the heels, because it gave it just ties it together nicely. I feel like
I couldn't even tell that it's a different color.
Yeah, I like it. So I'm definitely going to use. I have like half a ball left, but I need to find some more of their solids and stock up and use those for heels, because that's an inexpensive heel thing. So fishnets for the yarn. I actually finished a self-striping knit along in the month.
Huzzah. Good job.
Yes.
You're the only one of us that's done it so far.
Just once. Don't get too excited. So these will be going in my box to wear for next Halloween. And they're on a knitting left blocker, the Harry Potter blockers. And these were knit on size 0s. And I've been starting to knit, so I'm going to go back to knitting the Desert Vista Dyeworks knit along next year. The only thing that I dislike about that knit along is that you have to have like a 4-inch cuff. And I've been wearing a lot of Doc Martens to work, and like the cuff of those boots is like 3 inches. And sometimes I don't want my socks to show over my boots. So I need to knit a bunch of like 3-inch cuff socks before it's time for the knit along for Desert Vista to start. But I have such long feet. Like I wear size 10.5 shoes, sometimes 11s, that I feel like it evens out. I wish it was just like a percentage of the skein. Yeah. Like 50% of the skein has to be used, or 75%. Like I'm totally on board with that. But
not your club, not your rules.
Exactly. And Susan does so many awesome things with that. Like, I'm glad it's not me who has to keep up with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because she does a lot of awesome things with that, for sure. So I'm going to get back into that for at least 6 months next year, because she's coming out with these Willy Wonka colorways. And there's like 3 that I really like right now. But no matter how much Desert Vista I knit, I always end up with 13 skeins in my stash, and I'm at 13 skeins right now, so I can't buy any until I get down. Like, I knit 12 pairs last year. And still...
First world problems.
13 skeins in my stash. And then I knit the sock arms for Julia and got rid of a skein. And what did I get the next week? A skein of Desert Vista Dye Works from Holly.
That you requested.
I know! I have to keep it at 13, it seems like. So, it all works out. So those are done now. And then I have a wee bit of spinning. I started spinning some Cordial top. I think this is going to be this month's Patreon. Although it's Cordial, and I don't know how people feel. I love Cordial, but I don't know how other people feel. This is Knit Spin Farm. Just started this yesterday, the day before, and it is called Glimpses of the Moon. So it's got like reds and oranges and browns. So this is the first half, and the second half is actually still on the wheel. It's almost done. I'm hoping to finish that tonight and start something new later on. So that's the first thing, and then the other thing that I've been working on, I'm still currently working on, is this really cool blend of fiber from 2 Guys. It is a superwash BFL nylon cashmere camel silk blend, and it's only $10 for 2 ounces, so $20 for 4 ounces, which I didn't think was
it's very
bad
reasonable.
for that blend. It is a natural. I haven't decided if I'm going to dye it or not yet. I might dye it. I haven't decided. So I'm spinning it worsted, but I wish I'd spun it woolen.
Yeah.
Because those short staple fibers are like, hey, we like woolen. So I wish I had thought that through a little bit, sampled a little bit better. And this is spun on my Lundrum. The other one's being spun on my Rose. And then I did finish a little mini skein. Oop.
Why you
throwing stuff at Leslie? It's my favorite hobby. Along with singing all the words that I say. So, oh no, I can't remember. Now I'm hitting you with stuff too. I can't remember which one this was. This is out of the Pittsburgh box. So all of these were out of the Pittsburgh box.
By Hip Strings.
By Hip Strings. So I have the first 4 done, and I just finished this gray one. And they are all chain plied, and they're all between like 42 to 50 yards. So I don't know why I put 100 to 124 yards. That's a total lie. It's maybe singles. Maybe I was thinking singles. Maybe. But yeah, and I might do like a hat or something, like a striped hat, out of these 4, because they go well together. This one was an alpaca silk blend, I believe.
They're different fibers, too.
Oh yeah, they all are. This is like a Welsh. These 2 were Shetland silk mixes, I think. Shetland something. Anyway. Yep, all different things. So I wrote some of how many yards I got. Yeah, it was 126 yards of singles. So they're all around 40 to 50 yards of like a worsted weight. So I might be able to get maybe 2 hats out of there, because that's almost 200 yards. Maybe not. So I have 2 left to spin. The 2 that I have left to spin are merino silk.
Your least favorite?
In Hill District and something else. These are all like Pittsburgh-based names. So there's Cole, which is huge in Pittsburgh. Won't You Be My Neighbor, which is a Mr. Rogers reference, who's originally from Pittsburgh. The Hill District, Environmentalism. Can't remember what the other 2 are. Anyway, so they're all Pittsburgh-y references.
No Sarah's chocolate.
Dude, Circus chocolate needs its own colorway, and to send me more chocolate. because it is amazing. If you're ever in Pittsburgh, Circus Chocolates is the way to go, because you can...
I've heard this pitch so
Oh my
many
gosh,
times.
it's so good. And it was only like 4 miles from my house growing up, so we would go all the time. You can get handmade ice cream, and wait for it, they melt their own chocolate, which is delicious. I gave you a Circus's candy bar. Did you eat it?
I haven't eaten it, no.
And they melt their own milk chocolate, which is made in-house. Or if you prefer dark chocolate, you can get dark chocolate. I don't know why. But they melt it over their homemade ice cream, and it is delicious. It's called a hard cap. And I would always get chocolate almond fudge ice cream with melted milk chocolate over it. They also have a castle made out of chocolate. So, it's pretty cool. It's a cool place. They also ship. Mom and Dad, I got them Circus's chocolate for Halloween, and as a thank you for letting us stay there for staff. It was gone like 2 days later. I really should get some for... Let's see, what's today? The 5th? 6th, 7th. So Wheezy's birthday's Wednesday. His surgery's Thursday. I should get some post-surgery chocolate for Wheezy.
He would appreciate that.
He would. Well, Mom would appreciate it. I should get some post-surgery chocolate for my mother for putting up with Wheezy. Nah. He's nervous about this one.
I'm sure he is.
They went,
It's knee surgery. It's not like heart surgery or anything.
Yeah, he's getting a knee replacement.
I mean, it's not without danger, but it's, you know.
But he wanted to go for a hike, and it's been raining since they've gotten back, but it was nice for a little bit yesterday, so he has like a bucket list for this week, and one of the things, because he won't be able to drive, was to drive the Miata, the stick shift Miata, through the mountains. So they did that yesterday with the top down. What else was on his bucket list? Now I can't remember. It was funny stuff. Anyway. Oh, Opa. So, that's it for me in spinning. I've been reading a series called, it starts with Blackbird in the Reeds. I think it's a 7-book series. It's by Sam Burns. It's a male paranormal mystery, kind of. It kind of reminds me of Wolf Song a little bit. Without, like, the big enemy scene. Yeah. Like, it's not that intense, but there are werewolves and vampires, and it also kind of reminds me of that Devin Monk Ordinary Magic series a little bit. And it's free on Kindle Unlimited, at least the first one is, so. Or the first one. Oh, and it takes place in a yarn shop.
Oh, nice.
And there are male knitters in this yarn shop.
Wonderful.
Like, the main character is a male knitter. It makes me well, he's learning to knit. It makes me super happy. So, and he is a male nurse that knits.
Like a
at
boss.
One point. Yeah, it just made me happy. I like diversity being displayed in the knitting. I don't know that the author knows anything about knitting, but they did enough research to know, like, there's different fiber types and different weights of yarn and stuff, so made me happy. Anyway. Oh, and I also read the new book it's like No Kitten Around, in that series that has the llama in it. You know what I'm talking about, right? I can't remember the name of it now.
I can't either.
And it takes place in Horn Lake, Mississippi.
Really?
And Lake Cormorant, and I was super excited.
Wow.
And Chad was like, no one knows where those are. So random, but yeah,
they're real
he commits
places.
a murder in Horn Lake, Mississippi.
Oh dear,
the main character.
That's no good.
It's called No Kitten, like Kitten around. It's by R.J. Blaine, I believe. I feel like that's right.
We read odd things.
So funny. At least it doesn't have like a were llama.
Yeah.
Although that was probably my favorite. There's a were peacock in one.
I've read a book with a were hedgehog.
Oh no, it was a were turkey, not a were peacock.
Oh god, that's terrible.
And he comes from a family of were predators. And he's the only one who's not. Oh my gosh. I need to stop.
Oh god.
So
I can, like, feel people unsubscribing.
That's fun. silliness.
Let's see. I have been listening to Muse of Nightmare still. It's the second in the Strange the Dreamer series. I've got like 2 hours left. But it's constantly having like big, huge things happening, and I need to take breaks from it because I get too stressed out listening to it.
Oh, I hate it when you get stressed out. Like, I catch myself pacing when I'm listening to, like, audiobooks that stress me out.
Like, Laura can't watch things that are really embarrassing for people.
Like, Big Bang Theory has gone, like, from funny to just, like, the embarrassing things
I haven't watched
now.
this season.
And, well, this was last season, like, when Sheldon goes out with, after they get engaged, and she's, like, trying to introduce him to her, like, people that she's working with, coworkers, and he's just, like, trying to talk over them the whole time, and,
yeah.
I had to, and then the next one's, like, Leonard on, like, NPR, also, like, just embarrassing both of them, so, but it used to be so funny.
Yeah. Well, it is, like, 12 seasons in or something.
This is the last season.
So, it needs to end. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed, I'm at least a couple seasons behind, like, I've enjoyed it, but there's only so long that one show
Once they start coupling up, then it's, it got a little Friends towards the end.
I tried to rewatch Friends.
It did not go well.
I am a much different person now than I was when I watched Friends originally. So, like, I tried to watch, and I got through to, like, the second episode, and it was like, oh, look, there's ugly naked guy, and I'm like, oh, okay, I can't watch this. You annoy me.
Yeah. You
and your judgmental perfect self. Okay, so I am listening to Muse of Nightmares, and I also started the Charm of Magpies series, which is a KJ Charles series. It's male. It's sort of set around the early 1900s, and
I feel like I read this.
I think you have. The main character lived in Shanghai all his life, but he's actually from nobility, English nobility. But he was kicked out of the country basically because his dad didn't like that he liked men. This is back when it's still illegal, essentially.
Yeah. Well, it was illegal in Great Britain up and through like the 60s, I believe. I might be a little bit off on that, but at least through the 40s and 50s. Yeah,
this is, and there's magic in it, so it's sort of paranormal. I think you have read at least the first one. But anyway, I finished the first one. I'm on the second one of those. It's kind of like brain candy.
Have to look.
And then I'm on the 5th book of the Blood Destiny series by Helen Harper. It's the last in the series as far as I'm aware. Here, I'll pull it up because it's just a link here and show you. The Charm of Magpies.
Nope. I totally have not read
The
that.
Magpie Lord is the first one.
I haven't read those.
So the Magpie Lord is free on Kindle Unlimited. And then with book 2, I think they start charging you like $3 or something.
I have not looked at that. But
it's good.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all I've been...
Did you want to go through your last few Stache?
Sure, I'll do that. So I'm getting to decreases on this where it's awkward to work it. Alright, let me add...
When last we spoke, what were we on?
Faves. We're going to do... Oh, I need to grab... Sorry, it won't let me... If I try to switch tabs when I do this, it acts stupid, so... Add... Window capture... Faves... Okay.
Look at that.
Alright, let's edit and make this...
Make it super big. Make it cover my face.
Okay. So let's go to...
Now all you can see is my hand knitting.
It's okay.
It's all good. I think it's on the next page.
Favorite Things Gallery Walk.
There we go.
Alright, I think I just had... Yeah, so we started at 7K. So this is from Stache. These were just some of our favorite posts.
Yeah.
And let's see, this one I said I just like her face. This was 2 months ago that I did this, so... Yeah.
Aww.
She's just like fierce.
That Tenga looks great.
Yeah. She made her goal. She set that goal and she knocked it out. Look how proud she is. She's like, look at me.
And that gorgeous sweater.
I did this. I made this.
Who is this?
Ooh. Sorry, my finger's not cooperating. V. Jonesy.
Why Jonesy?
Oh, Y. Jonesy. Yep, you're right.
Look, I can read.
You can read. I like that face. She's just like, mm-hmm. Aww. Oh, little entre shawl. Yeah.
Nice sweaters. Nice modeling of sweaters.
Nice
too.
collection of stuff. Another entre shawl.
Super popular.
Ooh,
I need to know
it's
one
a pretty
of those.
hat. Yeah. Okay. So I liked her face.
And stunning stole and a neat shawl.
And this is from...
Ooh, that's really pretty.
Jamie Noy. Oh, yeah. Several people... This is addition by subtraction. This is a really cool pattern. And several... It was a mystery pattern, I guess.
Huh.
By Tri-Stitchual.
Never seen
And it's
that
got
before.
all these cool different elements in it. With mosaic and stripes.
It was a free murder mystery lit along.
The slip knitwise PI murder and mystery lit along. Yeah, okay. I don't know if there was a book that went along
Yeah,
with
it was
or
like
not.
a story.
But
Huh.
yeah, so it was a really cool shawl, and several people knit it, but every one of them looks really different. So
Wonder if it was like a choose your own adventure.
this was one of the things that was big at Rhinebeck, the Swan Show.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, nice little flags.
Oh, baby flags. Ooh, pretty. Oh,
It's a
narwhal.
narwhal. And a really pretty, like, fade-ish
Yeah.
sweater.
Or stole. Yeah.
There's some Felici.
Yep. Some Felicity. Ooh, nice fading point.
Yeah, that is a pretty fading point. And then Happy Face, Happy Sweaters, and the Swedish Fish Socks.
Oh,
Yeah, Laura had
Heather
favored
T.
this one. Yeah.
It's a good one.
I've seen more of these sweaters recently where the yoke has got like a lace detail.
That's because that's the designer who did the Swan Show.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
I really like it.
Yeah.
Portage. Yeah. Oh, that's a... What's her face? Coop knits pattern. Yeah.
Pretty.
Yep.
Aw,
Swedish
Swedish
fish.
fish.
That makes me happy. Alright, so that was my 7,000
7.
posts. And then for my 10,000, cute wieners, stunning weaving, outstanding shawls. I might have a crush. Wieners must be dogs.
Oh, I chose this one.
Grable, you did.
Oh, that little toy.
I love it. Yeah, oh, the little dog with the color work.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at
So
it.
cute.
Oh, yeah, and she had all this gorgeous weaving.
Weaving, yeah.
So gorgeous.
Some gorgeous finished things that she's modeled, too.
Yeah. I want to, like, exist in the life that these pictures portray, you know?
They, yeah. Be.
Oh.
Oh, the cat
Yeah, I
face
remember that
sweater.
This one I had Smiley Faces, all the colors. This is for
Aw.
Ellie
I
Karen.
don't think I picked this one. Good. We've got some diversity. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
This lady's face makes me so happy.
That's pretty.
The Adirondack
She's
wrap.
pretty, too.
Yeah, it looks like this
Mo-
person has
yarn
their
shop.
yeah
Models.
uses
That's
folks
awesome.
at the yarn shop to model stuff, which I'm totally in
Ooh,
game
that's
for.
pretty.
What the fade? It's a great color combo.
Man, there's so many fade shawls and things that I want to knit.
That's a Christmas tree skirt.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that's intense. Oh, wow. Speaking of intense.
All the colors.
Love it.
Many years in the making. This is the second time.
Wow.
These are all Quigu squares, mitered squares.
Wow.
And this is the second one that she's done. That is something, man. That is dedication.
That's intense. That's pretty too.
Yeah, it
That
is.
looks like time trades almost.
That's a cow. Yeah.
Pretty.
And then The tree skirt. Cool weaving. This one doesn't look like you picked it, because I can tell because the links are different colors. Yeah, so this one is a woven Chanel shawl, which I thought was a really cool thing to try.
I have Chanel if you need some.
That's alright.
Cute baby hats.
Yeah. I hold the yarn so tight with Chanel, I actually end up stripping it off the...
But weaving.
Yeah, that's true.
Looks like Laura's some bullshit.
It does. It is. It's a furry Lala shawl.
That's hilarious.
Spinning. Another pom-pom hat.
Pretty
rug.
rug.
I want some of these rugs. I need to make them. And then...
Ooh, bag.
Yeah, she donated one of these bags to SSK, I'm pretty sure. Crap.
You just went back. I feel like. What just happened?
Sorry, I was trying to look at her name. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No Watkins, yeah. Nancy.
She's sweet.
Alright. The tree skirt, I wanted to get to that.
That's SSK colorway.
Tinkerbell's Unmentionables.
Yep. Oh, Nancy's adorable.
Yeah. I loved
keep telling her that she needs to change her picture. Because I don't think it's a good representation of her.
This is a tree skirt that she made, but it's woven. And she uses strips of fabric.
Oh, cool.
To create this woven effect.
Really pretty.
Yeah, it's great. It's brilliant.
The poinsettia fabric.
People are so creative. It just blows me away. The wedding blanket and the dog sweater. This is Kristin Beach.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
There was this is the one
with the family.
The leash goes through.
Sweaters.
Yeah. And that it had the crocheted. Yeah.
Yes.
This looks crochet or it looks knit, but it's actually crocheted.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely stunning weaving. I'm pretty sure we already looked at this one.
Yeah, it's Little Hip Kitty. So all the pretty things.
Yes. This one she gave away
at SSK.
It's absolutely beautiful. She does gorgeous stuff. Great weaving.
Those coasters with the sheep. Amazing. She does absolutely beautiful stuff. Those
and
are
she's sweet.
My favorite coasters in my house right now.
This one I highlighted because it had some great neutral shawls in it. Like, some people are really all about color.
That first one's all about color.
But it has some great neutral options in there.
Baby hats. Yeah, yeah, that's a perfect neutral. Aww.
Yeah, I like the lace around the neckline. See, this one's a nice neutral.
Yeah, that's pretty too.
One's a little more colorful.
But still not. Okay, that one's... Oh, there's another neutral. That's pretty... Lots of pretty shawls.
I feel like I don't think about making neutral shawls, but I probably wear them a lot more if I made them.
Yeah.
And then the stained glass blanket.
Yes! We totally already did this one. It's so freaking pretty. Black with variegated like...
Yes.
Gorgeous.
7,000 plus meters. How long did it take her to make that? Did I look at this already? Yeah, 2009 to 2018, so 9 years.
Amazing.
So, way to totally
persevere.
Pull that in through Stache. That is the time to do it. Alright, oh, I remember this one. So these are the last of them. These are my 15K picks. This one I loved just because of what they called the Atrocity Vest. So we start with some very basic stuff, and we go into a log cabin and some crochet.
Pretty.
And then we go down here.
Oh.
She says, "This week I bring you a crime against crochet. I thought I would be clever and size up a baby vest into a child-size vest. Instead I have this creation. We've named it the Atrocity Vest, and her fiance has agreed to have it be his Rhinebeck sweater." I wonder if he actually wore it to Rhinebeck.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Like, I love it when people have a sense of humor about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So.
That's amazing.
Woven things that take my breath away.
Let's see. Ooh,
Isn't that just, this is another case of, like...
This is Nora George.
Neutrals that just... are absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, Nora George, and she almost hit 18,000.
Yeah. She's meters. In the UK. She's got gorgeous yarn. That's really pretty.
Yeah, that's a beautiful combo right there, too. A 3-color cashmere.
Yeah, Jess did her advent calendar last year. I really liked it.
Yeah, fiber advent spinning.
Pretty.
So gorgeous. Like, I would never put those colors together.
That dinosaur monster.
Derek.
I need to go find the pattern for him.
Teacher gift socks.
Yeah, she's got a sock machine too.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
I like the speckles in a simple pattern. I think that's a great use of them. So gorgeous. Oh, look at the little baby colorwork sweater.
Aww.
See, this I would take in a hot minute. I would steal it right out of your purse.
You're so ridiculous.
Not ridiculous. I'm brutally honest. I would totally steal it. Not that I don't have looms to make my own. I just... There's all that effort.
Ooh,
this is one I want to make, but I haven't seen anybody make it in a big size.
So you're waiting.
Yeah. Nazarene. Because as we've established, I totally use other people's projects.
Without making your own.
But I usually gift them stuff.
That's nice.
Right.
You could gift other people with your knowledge if you made your own project.
The Amazing Dye Experience. Oh, we talked about this one.
Yes, and the woven pillows.
Hand-spun gradient, boxy, and outstanding hand-spun is what I put.
Yes, P.A. Knitwit.
P.A. Knitwit, yeah. It sounded like you said peeing it with or something. Gorgeous hand-spun. All the
She's
hand-spun.
Been to SSK, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and this boxy was just gorgeous. And how she shaded it in.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Out of Hip Strings Bowie fiber. That's
yes.
that fiber that I have some to try.
You have their yarn version of that.
I do. Southern Cross. Some nice solids, woolen spuns, some inversible mitts. That's gorgeous. Chain plaid singles according... Yeah, I do this sometimes to make a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to weave with. Frankenstein.
That would.
Okay, let's see. Almost 35,000 meters. So much lovely weaving, especially the tanzanite.
Oh, yeah.
Carbeth. Socks.
Weaving. Pretty weaving.
Yeah, it looks like she must have just started weaving.
They're Carbeth.
Oh, yeah. This is the one that I want pretty much everything she's made.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is.
I think you need to warp your looms, my friend.
So beautiful. Everything she makes is gorgeous. She really fell into weaving hard this summer. Yeah, I think we did talk about this one already because I loved this combo of pink and black and
pink
white.
And gray, always. It's always a winner.
But see, like, I can look at this and love the hell out of it. But then when it comes time to actually warp my loom, I'm like, what? Let's see. Beautiful garments, hand-spun still light tunic. Oh, this is What's-Her-Face.
Oh, Deep Blue Renegade. Yeah, we talked about this one already.
Yeah.
So pretty.
That hand-spun still light tunic is just blew me away.
She knits so much.
Gorgeous.
She's a teacher too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this striped boxy sweater. I don't know if she's a teacher. You asked me that and I just said yeah, like I knew, but I really don't.
She the one that we met at Fiberspace?
She comes to SSK every year.
I know, but no, she doesn't work at Fiberspace. Who am I thinking of that works at Fiberspace that's a teacher?
Oh, that's a teacher? I don't know. I want to say Thea that works at... That's not right. Anthea. Oh, gosh. I can't remember. Sorry. Let's see. Pick some sweaters made on the Addi... Yes! This is what I want to get the giant Addi Express for. So... This sweater can be made on the Addi Express, the giant one. And there are actually a couple of bigger sizes of this. Sorry, I'm going to totally jank this lady's post. But there are a couple of bigger sizes that are made on it. Yeah,
because it's a 54.
And they look good because all of the detail is up at the top at the bust line. And so that's where it pulls your eye. So this one, it looks like her color's striped in a weird way, so it didn't line up.
She's not happy with her yarn choices.
Yeah. But aside from that, I mean, it's basically a boxy sweater.
Yeah.
So that's on my list to buy, as I want that freaking giant one. But yeah, she made a couple of these different machine knit sweaters, and they're knit like in panels, like you can barely see the join here, and then there's another one down here somewhere. But I totally take that for getting rid of some of my yarn and making it into sweaters. Hell yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah, there's another one.
You wouldn't just want like a flatbed machine?
No.
Okay.
I have a flatbed machine.
Oh, I didn't
from
know that.
Row. Yep.
Aww.
Look at the little baby girl. And some weaving. And some more weaving. Yeah. And then the last one was the 78 pairs of socks. And that was right after.
Yep.
This lady is like the bomb. She did 78 pairs of socks, and that is absolutely unbelievable. And that's not all she did. She did like some stuffies too, I feel like.
At the bottom.
At the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah. So, like, I bow to you. You guys are absolutely unbelievable when it comes to this stuff.
So much good inspiration. So SSK signups are still going on.
Yes.
And so is the October Craft All the Things. The Striped Socks Yarn Knit-Along is also going on, and details for all of these knit-alongs can be found in our Ravelry group.
Yep, in the appropriate thread.
Yeah, and SSK also has its own group, so where you can find details about that, or you can look on the website. I think that's about it. Was there anything else? Actually, I had something else. I signed up for more information because it hasn't come out yet on the Shave 'em to Save 'em, which is rarewool.org, and they're going to do like a passport system later in the year, beginning of next year. So it's going to be really interesting. You can check that out at rarewool.org.
So what is this?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to sign up to get information, and they haven't come out with it yet.
But
so
it's something about preserving rare
so
breeds.
you work with wool from 22 sheep breeds, and you get, like, a little passport that you can stamp when you use it. And there's going to be prizes or coupons or something, but they haven't posted anything with that.
So it's an attempt to preserve some rare breeds of wool, a way to get involved in that.
It's the Livestock Conservation Institute's putting it on.
Cool.
So Amy of Ross Farms gave us the information when we saw her at SAF. So you can sign up for more information, and when they publish more information, they will let you know. And I know I love being on everyone's email list, so I'm on everyone's email list.
And because of the way that SSK is set up, like anything that comes into my email that has the word Knit Girls or the Knit Girls, Laura gets a copy of it, because otherwise I'll forget to send her something and expect her to know about it.
Yeah, so I get
everything
all her
I've subscribed to goes to her.
I think we get 4 Miss Babs newsletters
and
between the two of us. Yeah.
We get a lot of woolery ones when they come
And webs.
And webs, yeah. But I think that's it, and the weather's going to get bad here in a minute.
We're going to get tornadoes possibly, so that's fun.
We're going to let Laura go, but we will chat with you guys next week.
Yep.
Sign up for SSK this week if you're interested in attending the lottery system, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole separate video on it.
And we will pull for our Patreon prize next week.
Yep.
And we'll also pull for the October Striped Socks knit-along next week.
Also, if you won a prize in the last 2 months, I haven't shipped it, so don't feel bad.
Well, you should feel bad. They shouldn't feel bad.
It's not
they
you.
should be
it's
not
me.
waiting.
Otherwise, you guys have a great week, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.